Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. This is Market Today. I'm Sakshi Batra and with me is Shail Bhatnagar. But remember, the stock markets continue to consolidate in the absence of any specific directional cue. We've actually seen even yesterday that the Nifty has remained in a narrow range after 2 days of losses. However, the index managed to end higher yesterday after trading in a 120-point range. The question is, will the Nifty continue to gain strength right ahead of the monthly expiry? Now, we will tell you all of it, but first up, the top headlines we're tracking for you this hour. Indian stocks are likely to consolidate in a narrow upward trajectory on Wednesday as traders grapple with the end of account expiry moves and investors mull over surging valuations of many blue chips at record highs. Cash markets are showing strong churn towards few railway stocks, frontline pharma shares and select mid-cap software stocks as traders use earlier dips to buy into high beta counters. Caution is advised on PSUs. Very good morning to all our viewers and good morning to you, Shail, as well. Like I pointed out, it's a lack of direction that the markets are looking at. But despite that, we are seeing some positive aspects into the markets. One, the large caps are now participating into the markets. The Nifty on a monthly basis is performing better than the mid and the small caps as well, with the Nifty rising about 2.2% vis-a-vis just a 1% surge on the mid caps and 0.5% surge in the small caps as well. And even for the last 6 trading sessions, we've actually seen that the intraday highs that have been made by the Nifty are above 22,200 marks. So that's another positive. Going forward, where do you see the Nifty headed? Are we again going to see a buy on dips that's going to take the markets higher?
Good morning, Sakshi, and a very warm welcome to thousands of viewers who are joining us on this lovely Wednesday morning in Dubai. A very warm welcome to you. And Sakshi, I think we should look at positives. To start with, we are on Wednesday, which is the penultimate day of February's fabulous and very long, if I may say, FNO expiry. Tomorrow is a leap year. And within the leap year, this has been one of the longest FNO expiries if you look back in time. It started on Jan 25th and it'll end on February 29th. Last 2 days of any weekly or any monthly expiry is a time of consolidation. It is a time of looking back as also looking ahead. Sakshi, 2 or 3 days is the time when the index is consolidating, especially on the Nifty level, because all of last week and a day of the previous week, we've seen the markets rally for 6 continuous days. So those gains have to be digested. So there are 2 very important points. The bulls are not letting go of 22,000. As you say, that index is showing a very, very strong support on the option chain as well. And the other truth is that we see selling pressure coming in around 22,300, around 22,250, because we see some kind of sustained sales coming in from our foreign friends. So these are the 2 points. And the index is in a very narrow trading range. It is seeking direction from the market. It is seeking direction from news. My view is that it will just sort of bounce around the 22,100, 200 level, and then maybe look at something to move up to. The daily chart of the index is right there in front of you. And when you look at what the momentum says that something like 22,330, 22,400 should be seen in the coming week of the first week of March, and 22,000 100 is some sort of a line drawn in sand that the bulls will defend as far as their own gains are concerned. See, the Nifty PCR is fairly fine, zero point 0.9. So there is absolutely no problem at all. There's a lot of call writing seen around 22,200, 22,300, and put writing is around the 22,200 to 22,000 strikes. It basically means that the range could be narrow in the vicinity of 150, 100, and 200 points. And that is what the Nifty is likely to do. Lots of strength around 22,100, 22,200, and lots of resistance around 22,300, Sakshi.
Fair enough. Let's also talk about the Nifty Bank then, Shell. Again, the Nifty Bank traded in a 400-point range on Tuesday. It also once broke below 46,500 mark. However, it did manage to close above the flat line, but continues to underperform the Nifty. For the series so far, the Nifty Bank is up about 1,800 points. The big question is, will the banks finally turn up after 5 days of underperformance?
Okay, so 2.9% is what the Bank Nifty has gained in the FNO expiry for this particular February. And Sakshi, there have been blowout performances from the three public sector banks, which is State Bank of India, the top performer, record high, 21.5%. Bank of Baroda, 18% higher, again a record high. And Punjab National Bank, 17% higher. Remember, all these companies reported very, very strong profit growth. At least you may have seen a dip around the day of earnings, which is sell on news, but they have accelerated very fast. And if you remember, about 4 days ago, we had decided to look at the 46,500 put of the Bank Nifty, which the bulls very, very ably defended. So yesterday's test of the moving average, as also the fact that the market has corrected on the Bank Nifty for 4 sessions before yesterday's. I think 46,500 is what is set as stone. The bulls will defend it, and 46,900. If the bulls are able to take that out, then you'll see 47,200, 47,300. Sakshi, the open interest picture is very nice. Bank Nifty PCR for the monthly series is 0.8, so nothing to be worried about. And very, very strong call writing seen on 46,800, 47,000. And there is a lot of writing on 46,500, 46,600 puts. So the range is 46,300 and 47,000 as far as the Bank Nifty is concerned. We are all looking forward to rollover data today, Sakshi.
Okay. Anything in the FNO space then, Shell, that you will keep an eye out on?
Sakshi, I think the market is dealing with a lot of end of account issues, but my view would be to sort of, pay more attention to the cash markets. But if you're putting a gun to my head, then of course, a lot of strength coming in ICICI General Insurance. That is a counter that hit record highs. I'm also looking at Voltas as also Havells. So two spaces from the consumer durable side, and of course the insurance space, ICICI General Insurance, SBI Life, both of them record highs, and a whole host of auto stocks, M&M, Maruti, you name it. We'll be shortly moving into the time frame of looking at volume sales for the month of February. So these 2 or 3 stocks I am looking at. If you remember, the auto has been the defining feature of the FNO space as far as February is concerned. And very, very strong moves have come in on Mahindra and Mahindra, which is up about 17% this month. You have a very, very strong move coming into Maruti, which has cleared out the 11,000 rupee resistance. And you have the likes of Tata Motors doing fantastic. So auto as a broader theme moving forward. Sakshi.
Okay, fair enough. Let's welcome our guests on the show. We are now joined by Gaurang Shah, Senior VP, Geojit Financial Services. We also have with us Kiran Chani, Head of Technical Research at Jainam Broking. Very good morning to both of you, gentlemen, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. We're just looking forward to the pre-opening trades, but Kiran, could you quickly tell us your 2 stocks ideas for today?
Very good morning, everyone. So we are coming with the two ideas. One of is the ABB. We are seeing that the stock-specific movement are keep continuing the current scenario. So ABB has given a fresh breakout from the flag pattern. We are also seeing a very good momentum indicator is trading into the bullish zone also. And yesterday, with a big volume bar, we are seeing this breakout is coming. So ABB likely to keep continue this momentum. So for a day or 2 day, one can buy ABB at current market price for the target of 55.50 and with keeping a stop loss of 5400. So ABB is our first pick. Second pick is from the pharma pace. Yesterday we have seen even the market breadth was not in favor of the bulls. However, the pharma stocks were doing very good. So in pharma, Glenmark is our second pick. On daily chart, we are seeing that triangle pattern breakout is coming on Glenmark Pharma, and here also momentum indicator is trading into the bullish zone. So Glenmark Pharma is one more call. It is trading our settlement somewhere around 927, 925. We would like to go long for the target of 960, and we would like to keep a stop loss of 910. So ABB and Glenmark for a 1 day or 2 day, one can go long.
Okay. A very good morning to you, Gaurang. And the pre-open rates are with us. Let's just pay attention to some of them, and then I'll get back to you, sir. 22,250. It's an uptick of 62 points on the Nifty in initial trades. Let us see what are the stocks that are contributing to this uptick. No surprise here. TCS is now fairly in strong shape, a third of a percent higher, 41.20. Very strong moves coming into both index heavyweights, HDFC Bank and Infosys. They will settle down at lower levels. Nevertheless, let me mention the price. A 2% uptick on HDFC Bank, 14.48. Infosys at 16.78 is 15 rupees 30 paise higher. And in the green is Reliance as well. So the three heaviest weighted counters, ladies and gentlemen, on the Nifty have opened in the green as far as pre-open trades are concerned. What is on the back foot? ICICI Bank, 1.4% lower, 1045. Axis Bank, 1076, 3 rupees lower, and a bit of a downtick on Bajaj Finserv, which we really shouldn't be worried about. Let's take a very, very quick detour into FNO space. ABB, of course, is something to be looked forward to. Kiran has already mentioned it. It's already at a record high after a stunning set of numbers, and this one is something to be looked forward to. Okay, let's look at the top gainers in FNO space. Shriram Finance, 2536, 6.9% higher. Indus Stars, no let up, 1.1% higher, 242. One very quick look at NSE 500, and then we'll touch base with Gaurang. Okay, again, top gainers are Trivedi Engineering, 365% higher. The sugar space now clicking. Chalet Hotels, 859, 2.2% higher. These are the sensible names that I can look to in the initial trade. The Nifty flattening out absolutely, 23 points higher now. Double two, triple two. Well, this is a major Nelson, Sakshi. So you have 5 digits of the same number, double two, triple two. Gaurang, good morning to you and a very warm welcome. Absolutely no complaints as far as the FNO expiry is concerned for the month of February. Record highs across the board in blue chips. How do you think March will pan out?
Thank you, Shail, and good morning to all of you all. So last week, I guess we were discussing about the markets, and we had put out a range on the markets, Nifty spot especially. 21,100 on the lower side, 21,100 to 21,150 on the lower side. Sorry, 22,150 to 22,100 on the lower side, I beg your pardon. And if we are able to take off 22,300, which we were not able to do it, my sense is that once 22,300 is in the pocket, and if we give a close anywhere about that level, I think the decisive move towards 22,500 cannot be ruled out. Yes, this week is the FNO expiry. I think during the second half of today's trading and tomorrow being the FNO expiry day, you are going to witness a lot of choppiness and volatility. But the fact that on Monday, Tuesday, we did see that 22,100 broken momentarily intraday, but the recovery and close was about 21,100, 22,100, I beg your pardon again. So the sense is that any level or any move towards 22,100 or thereabouts will be a great buying opportunity. If you are a trader, 22,300 could be a level wherein you could possibly start booking your profits and be out of the market at 22,400 or 22,500. And if you're an investor, look at buying opportunities on dips. I guess, Shell, this market is possibly telling us something that we are finding it a little bit difficult to understand or digest, that the market is not prepared to go down, and possibly 22,400 to 22,500 would be a possibility in the near future.
Okay. For those of us who've been students of Indian mythology, the Nifty is now a Trishanku. Beyond 22,300, it looks difficult, and the bulls will not let you go below 22,000. So this is a narrow range that we have to deal with unless you have news flow trying to either move the Nifty towards 22,500 or below 22,000. Gaurang, most of the short-term triggers that we were looking forward into the market are now out of our way in terms of third quarter earnings, in terms of the RBI credit policy. What now? What will drive the Nifty higher, and a couple of stocks that you might find interesting at current levels?
So I'll first address the second part first. So last week we spoke about two investment ideas and they have fared well. This week, Apollo Tires from the auto OEMC tire manufacturing space looks very attractive, Shell. And from the healthcare segment, Narayan Rudalaya. This has been a very quiet performer over the last year or so, Shell, if you go to see. And not really discussed. I think every time we speak about healthcare, the only name or the only two names that come to our mind is Apollo Hospital and Fortis Healthcare. Should not ignore. I think has been a quiet performer. And in terms of adding on more capacity, next financial year is going to be very, very interesting. So my sense is that as an investment idea from a long-term time horizon, these two should qualify as a good investment bet.
Okay, so those are the two stock ideas, Apollo Tires, Narayan Brudale coming in from Gaurang. We have to take a short break, but very quickly, Kiran, could you come in on Patanjali Foods? It's the top loser on the Nifty 500 space today. This is after the company clarified yesterday that the company's business operations and financial performance will not be impacted because of Supreme Court's observation on ads related to Ayurvedic medicines that are sold by the promoter group firm. Your sense of how should one be really looking at this stock?
So looking at the daily chart of Patanjali Food, the stock price is trading below its all important moving averages like 50, 100 and 200 is moving average. Yesterday and day before yesterday, we have seen that there was a sharp up move and stock price tried to cross its 20 days moving average. However, yesterday we have seen that prices failed that breakout. With that, the long-term support somewhere around 1600 is still intact. So if today market is going below 1600, then there are sense of worried. And if price keeps sustaining below 1600, then we can see some corrections is keep coming into the stock price. So whoever is holding this particular stock, keep a stop loss of 1600. Fresh buying should avoid in this particular stock, as if stock keeps sustaining below 1600, then we are expecting prices to touch 1550, 1540 level. So fresh buying is not advisable at current market price. Whoever is holding, keep a stop loss of strict stop loss of 1600.
Okay, fair enough. What we'll do, viewers, is we'll take a 30-second break, and when we return, we'll discuss more stock ideas with both Gaurang and Kiran Jani with us. Stay with us, viewers.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines, and many other sectors.
Welcome back. You're watching Market Today on Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra, with me, Shail Bhatnagar, and we are in conversation with two of our very special guests. Gaurang Shah and Kiran Chani with us. Gaurang, coming to you. On Kiran's topic on ABB India is something that I wanted your views on, especially after the earnings, the stunning set of numbers that have come about, profits rising 13% year on year, and of course, the revenues jumping about 14% year on year, brokerages turning positive, and now the stock is at a record high level again. How would you really look at ABB India?
First, let me comment on the entire capital goods engineering, Sakshi. I think that will be better for your viewers. Our sense is that after consolidating for a long period of time, the entire sector is preparing itself for a decent move upwards, and that's only because of the order book, order execution, and more stronger pipelines in terms of order intake, both from the corporate India as well as central and state government. We have coverage on names like ABB, Siemens, Thermax, L&T, mid-cap companies like KEC International, to name a few, Cummins included. So my sense is, Shakshi, that after the numbers, the stock ran up pretty decently. In fact, more than what the expectation was. There could be a time of consolidation given the kind of run up that we've had post the numbers for ABB. But all these companies, I think, are definitely going to be on radar. And whenever the market gives you an opportunity in form of correction, either in the markets or in the capital goods engineering sector, they are going to look equally stronger. So maybe because of the numbers being so good beyond the market estimates, stock ran up and that could consolidate for a long period of time. But the entire sector looks quite good from a longish period.
Okay. We'll just pay attention to how defense is moving. Remember, yesterday it was BEML's turn. I think today it will be Masgaon Dock and Cochin Shipyard. Namaste, Kiranji. Very warm welcome to you. Any favorites within the defense space which might be offensive today?
So coming on the defense phase, BDL could be the stock. Yesterday we have seen prices taken a support somewhere around 50 days moving average. With that, prices is also trading at near support somewhere around 1800. So till the time BDL is holding 1800, we would like to go long at current market price or even any dip towards 1850, 1840. So keep a strict stop loss of 1800 and keep buying BDL. Looking at current market price, we are expecting price target of 1960 to 2000 level in upcoming time. So it bits a positional call. Anyone can go long on BTL.
Okay. And Kiranji, very quickly before the markets click in, a view on Canara Bank, 5:1 stock split.
So Canara Bank or even a PSU bank is also looking at its support level. However, Canara Bank is trading below its important moving average. So it would be the conditional buy. If stock price goes above 575, 576, then only one can go long. So conditional buy above 575 with a stop loss of 570. If prices cross 575, then we are expecting price target of 600.
Okay. Gaurang, I'd like your view on Vedanta. There's Novama Institutional Equities, which attended Vedanta's analyst meet, has said that FY25 should be the transformational year for the company, with debt likely peaking out and expansion of aluminium zinc slated completion as well, value unlocking happening on the back of demerger and on the listing of all the business verticals that's likely to happen in FY25. How would you look at the stock now?
We had a buy coverage, but we have converted it to sell or reduce Sakshi post the targets being achieved. I think the demerger process is also going to roll out at a relatively higher speed. We'll possibly wait and watch for the entire process to unfold and then take a call. As of now, we have sell stroke reduce on Vedanta.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, now tighten your seat belts. We are about to see the Nifty open decently above 20,200. Let's look at the positives. February has been a fabulous, fabulous month for most of Nifty's constituents. 29 of them led by the energy space, led by the auto space, led by the public sector banking space have ended in the green so far. And the index is now consolidating near record highs. What's lagging? Well, it's FMCG. What's lagging? It's some part of the private sector banking space, but now we have an opening code. So flat move on the Nifty, 22,201. The bulls are here to defend 22,200. Now let's look at what is happening within the Nifty bank. Absolutely flat, nothing there. The IT index is marginally in the green, 96 points higher, 37,972. Let's look at the index heavyweights. HDFC Bank for you first, 3 rupees higher, 1423. Infosys, 1667 for you, again 3.5 rupees higher. What's Reliance doing? Flat as flat can be, 2969 for you, a rupee lower. Okay. Sakshi, out of 10 index heavyweights, 8 are in the green. This is a positive start for the market. Tata Motors, as expected, running it away, 968, fresh record high, half a percent higher. State Bank ticking merrily, 752, a third of a percent higher. What's slipping lower? Nothing to be worried about. L&T just 10 rupees lower, 34.99. Axis absolutely flat, ITC absolutely flat. So it's a positive start as far as the Nifty is concerned. We are now flat at about 22,200, penultimate day before the monthly expiry. A quick look at FNO. Let's see what's buzzing apart from index heavyweights. Sakshi's pick, Vedanta, 2.4% higher, 270.35. Shriram Finance, recouping yesterday's losses, 2% higher, 24.12. Birla Soft, 801, half a percent higher. Emphasis. So it's going to be a mid-cap IT day, as Sakshi mentioned in a headline. PNB, sixth of a percent higher, 124. What else is moving? BHEL, about a percent higher, 224. Let's look at all-time highs very, very quickly. Tata Consumers, Tata Motors, 1190, half a percent higher. Tata Motors we've discussed. Sun Pharma, Cipla, Power Grid. Okay. Very quick move at NSE 500. The Nifty is absolutely flat, 22,197. Okay, let's look at the top gainers in NSE 500. Okay, as I had mentioned, it will be a defense day. Top two gainers are Masgaon Dock, 3.5% higher, 2167. Cochin Shipyard, 888, 4% higher. And we are fortunate to have Cochin Shipyard's biggest bull in the market, Gorang, with us. Gorang, quickly, anything you want to add on Cochin Shipyard before it runs away further?
Well, I think you should continue to buy onto it. And you were just asking a question earlier about the defense stock. Shell, I think three sectors or four sectors that I'm extremely positive is the defense, power generation, power transmission and distribution, and railway and infra related stocks. I think post the outcome of results, we are going to see a very decent uptick in all these three or four sectors given the government spending. And Cochin Shipyard, like I mentioned, Shell, I would not be surprised to see Cochin Shipyard levels of pre-split of 1400 over a longer period of time.
Okay. All right. Let's look at a few more stocks then that are moving up in trade. Bharti Airtel 1.5% higher in trade. Shriram Finance up a percent, 2405. CMS Info Systems, that's the one that's moving in about 4% higher in trade for Massicon Dock. These are the stocks that are moving up in the initial trade. Tata Communications up 0.6%. HUL about 0.3% higher in trade. Tata Consumer Products is moving up 0.3%. Banking gainers include Kotak Mahindra Bank, SBI, PNB from the public sector banks. These are the ones that are moving in the first trades as well. Kiran, to you, anything that strikes you in the opening trades?
So looking at opening, we are liking metal sector. However, Selji is already highlighted Vedanta. So we liking metal set entirely. So Tata Steel would be on our radar. We are recommending even on last show we discussed about Tata Steel somewhere around 140. Since then, prices has made a high of 150. Now prices again trading somewhere around its previous support of 145. Market is trading all its above important moving averages. Looking at monthly and weekly chart, a longer term breakout has also panning out. So we are expecting prices to touch somewhere around 155, 160 in upcoming time. So if anyone is planning to have a long trade for next month monthly expiry, then Tata Steel would be the preferred choice. Any dips towards 140 or 135 would be the great level to enter. For Tata Steel, we are looking positional target of 160 kind of, and we would like to keep a stop loss of 135. So even for intraday or a longer term perspective, Tata Steel will be the good stock.
Okay, Tata Steel would be a good stock, but would you also comment on Cochin Shipyard that Gaurang threw his weight behind? It's running away currently. What are the next targets that you find on the technical charts?
So looking at technical setup of Cochin shipyard, the price has given a big breakout on monthly and weekly chart, and based on that breakout, we have already seen a very upside target somewhere around 940. After making a high of 940, we are seeing that prices is trading into the falling channel. Now, prices have retested its 20 days moving average, and since yesterday, it's started trading above its 20 days moving average, and we feel that prices has completed its time-wise corrections also. So there are very good chances we are again seeing, we are going to see big breakouts and a big target towards 950 to 1000 rupees. So at current market price, anyone can go long on Cochin CPR with a strict stop loss of 800 and for the target of 1000.
Okay. Sakshi, let's just take a broader detour into the market. We are now at about 922, and it's absolutely flat on the Nifty, absolutely flat on the Nifty Bank, and absolutely flat on NSE 500. The indices are just not moving at all. It's like a very, very slow river, a swollen river, which is approaching the ocean as far as the FNO expiry is concerned. 19 indices we track for you, ladies and gentlemen. Out of 19, 4 plus 3, 7 are in the red, minus 19, that's 12. Nifty Metals Index is the top gainer. Kiranji has also marked Vedanta along with Sakshi. The small cap index is a third of a percent higher. And what's really interesting is out of 100, 61 stocks are in the green. The broader advanced decline ratio, as always, in the first 10 odd minutes of the trade, mostly favor bulls. Today is no different. The small cap index, as I had mentioned, 16,225, about a third of a percent higher. The mid cap index seems to be absolutely flat, 49,069. And what's the top loser? Nifty Realty. Absolutely no worries there. This is just mild profit booking. You've seen Soba Developers, Brigade Enterprises, DLF, Godrej Properties, all of them sort of screaming to 52-week highs and record highs. So a bit of profit booking here. Let's look at the PSU pack where lots of action is concentrated. People can't take their eyes away from Chennai Petro. Almost 5% higher, 959. Cochin Shipyard is 2.5% higher, 875. Masgaon taking it away 3% higher, 2155. Shipping Corporation, MRPL, NLC India, the other gainers. Sakshi, what are you watching?
A lot of other stocks as well in the mid cap basket that are moving up, Shell. You're looking at KEC International, that's up by 4%. I'm also looking at Dream Folks, for example, one of the rare stocks that we point out. It's up 6% in trade today. Gensol is up by 3%. Torrent Power is moving up 2% higher in trade. These are a few stocks that I'm talking about. Kiran, anything from the power space that you find positive? Gaurang has given his view that he is positive on the generation distribution companies. Anything that looks positive on the charts?
So on energy sector, we are lacking two stock. One is the JSW Energy and another is the Adani Power. So talking about JSW Energy, the stock price has given a breakout from ascending triangle pattern on daily chart. Yesterday we have seen the retesting is completed. Today also prices is trading on red mark. However, we are expecting prices to go beyond 550, 560 kind of a level. So at current market price, anyone can go long on JSW Energy with keeping a stop loss of 498 and for the target of 560. Another stock which we are liking is Adani Power. Adani Power is into the time-wise correction since long time. December 2023 stock price has made a high of 590. Since then, prices is making a higher lows and retested twice the 50 days moving average also. And since yesterday, we are seeing that prices is trading its 5 days high price also. So multiplying all these factors, we are expecting Adani Power to touch 600 kind of a level in short time. So at current market price, anyone can go long on Adani Power also, keeping a stop loss below 560, 550, sorry. So stop loss would be the 550 and target would be the 600. So JSW Energy and Adani Power would be the preferred pick in power sector.
Okay, the mid cap IT space that Shell pointed out is a huge is seeing some huge volumes being taken place, huge price and volume breakouts happening, especially on stock like Tanla Solutions. If we look at that one, it's buzzing very strongly in trade, and of course, I think there was also a news flow with regards to a tie-up with Truecaller, if I'm not mistaken, on that one again. That's moving up the stock Tanla platforms. Let's look at that one, and let's take Gaurang's view on that. Gaurang, would you have a view on Tanla platforms?
Sakshi, IT sector overall has been very close to us, even when a lot of people had advised to stay away. Last year, the year before, this year, there are a lot of concerns in terms of budget cuts, discretionary spends, a lot of talks about dependency of IT sector in the US and European markets and how the economy is placed over there, etc., etc. We remain positive then, we remain positive now, we remain positive going forward from here on, and our estimates are that starting new fiscal 1st April 2024, slowly, steadily, the numbers are going to improve, and that will possibly translate into the stock prices also gradually moving on the upside. However, having said that, I think before these third quarter, Sakshi, mid cap IT was doing very well compared to large cap ITs. And it comes to quarter on quarter, 6 monthly or yearly numbers. But in the third quarter, we saw some misses as far as mid cap IT is concerned, likes of LTI Mindtree, maybe a little bit of miss over there. Having said that, your question on Tanla platforms, we are positive on Tanla platform, positive on KPIT Tech, Tata LXI, Science Limited, Coforge, uh, Tata Technologies is one that we had subscribed to the IPO at 500 rupees, currently at I think at about 1100 or thereabouts. And if you have a little bit of stretched out time horizon, I think this could be a perfect time to start building a decent portfolio in IT, large cap, mid cap both.
Okay. Okay, so a perfect time to start building a portfolio of mid and the large cap IT names as far as your portfolio is concerned. The other stock that I'm looking at is from the telecom space, and that is Bharti Airtel. Positive management commentary there, Gaurang. How would you look at Bharti Airtel now?
Again, second largest player, Sakshi, in the telecom service provider space after Jio.
Hmm.
Don't want to talk about the third name because it's not credible, though it is in the news. Uh, so we've been structurally positive, and I think African operations have been showing signs of improvement rather than being an overhang on the balance sheet. 1350 to 1400 is cannot be ruled out, and my sense, our sense, Sakshi, is that the ARPUs are going to move upwards from where they are. They've already started to move from the time, the lockdown to unlock, restrictions to restrictions getting lifted off. Uh, you and me were using more data than what we used to consume before
Hmm.
the pandemic. And post that, the tariffs have also reasonably gone up. I think we should move towards 15-20% uptick as far as tariffs are concerned this year, calendar year I'm talking about. And that should translate into earnings visibility for large cellular service provider companies like Jio and Bharti Airtel.
Okay. Let's look at Tata Motors. Whenever Gaurang comes in, it's a salute that the market and the stock give to each other. Fabulous breakout. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's more or less confirmed that we'll see four digits on Tata Motors either in the early part of March or in the first week of the next month. Blowout is happening, 1.36% higher. Gaurang, first to you. One, you caught it very early. That was, I think, in the 350, 300 range. That was all of last year. And you've held on to your conviction. Now what? Four digits fairly soon. What do you say about valuations? What do you say about market sentiment on this commercial vehicle giant?
So, Shail, when the going was tough, we stood by it. Now the going is good. We are not going to get off our ride. So we're going to
Hmm.
still ride Tata Motors, to be very honest. And I think slowly it has been shifting gear from first to second to third to fourth to overdrive and sixth. Uh, Momentum should continue. You might get bouts of profit booking, cannot be ruled out. And I think it's the law of gravity, Shell. Whatever goes up has to come down. And whatever comes down have to move up over a period of time. Excited about the statement of making the balance sheet debt light or debt free over a longer period of time. 2 days back, Tata Motors management gave a commentary that maybe fourth quarter and maybe first part of the next financial year could be a little bit softer than what they have seen, but I don't rule out that kind of correction. We are also approaching election that may lead to markets into an overall excitement and then fizzling off of that excitement. So a pre-election rally, and as the elections gets concluded, result day come, you will see. So all these can possibly let stocks into consolidation zone. I wouldn't rule out 1100, 1200 plus levels over a longer period of time. And they have got some very interesting launches shell lined up in the next couple of months.
ओके आपके मुंह में गौरांग जी घी शक्कर, जैसा कि अक्सर उत्तर भारत में कहा जाता है, और 1200-1300 का इंतजार आपकी तरफ से. किरण जी, टेकिंग योर व्यू इन what are the technical charts of Tata Motors telling you for the medium term? Let's look at a slightly longer picture. Strong rollovers are happening, and it's blasted about 18% in the month of February. What is the look ahead on the medium-term charts of Tata Motors?
So looking at monthly chart, stock price is trading its all-time high. So there is a big breakout on weekly and monthly as you discussed. Now coming for this monthly expiry. So February series, we have seen that prices started from somewhere around 880, 870 level, and from that level today the stock price is 970. So almost 18-15% kind of a rally. However, from 2nd February or 5th February, stock price trading into the one ascending triangle pattern. Yesterday, prices has given a breakout from that particular pattern, and since yesterday we are also seeing a good amount of rollover is happening, and with the long build-up is also happening. So we are expecting price target of for the short-term period 1020, 1030 by March expiry. So at current market price or any dips towards 960, 955 would be the buy level. Keep a fixed stop loss below 940, and we are expecting price target of 1030, 1040 for at least March expiry.
Okay. The other stock which is in pain, and I'd like to discuss, this is both a retail and institutional favorite. Gaurang, your view on Asian Paints. The entire structure of the chart, as well as the competitive intensity in the paints business, is now sort of moving towards intense competition. How do you see one Grasim's very aggressive entry into the paint sector? And how do you think the next 2 years will be for both wealth creators, Asian Paints and Berger Paints?
So, shall allow me 30 to 40 seconds extra to answer this. We all complain about monopoly not being good for the sector and for the consumers. I'll give you one simple example. We were just discussing Bharti Airtel. India being the huge subscriber base, having Jio and Bharti as large player is absolutely not, duopoly as we call it. On the other side, we complain when competition comes in. I think competition coming in is extremely good because it will make competition healthier. It will give you products, better products at a reasonable price. Point number one. And I'll give you two more examples. Very recently, Shell. We had an IPO of Tata Technologies, and when the IPO came, KPIT Tech got hammered left, right, and center. From 1400, 1500, thereabouts, KPIT Tech came down to 1100. Just because Tata Technology is a competitor in the field where KPIT Technologies are brought. See where Tata Technologies and see where KPIT Tech is. It is again back to 1500 plus kind of levels. Point number one. Point number two. You remember auto sector we discuss every time, Shell. So sometime back, Royal Enfield RE faced a huge competition from two new launches, 400cc, 440cc, Bajaj and Hero Harley. 3500 Royal Enfield on that day went down to 3000 or 3100. And from that, Eicher Motors is at about 3900 or 4000 rupees. See the recovery that we see. India is a huge market for opportunity and for competitions to coexist together, Shell. Let's face it. I don't think that even in cement, Adani came in, some cement stocks got hammered left, right, and center. I mean, from a short-term point of view, because of this news flows and new competitor coming in, it will have its impact. We are maintaining our positive stance on Grasim as well as Asian Paints. On Asian Paints, we have a target of 3,300.
Okay, point very well taken. Grasim Asian Paints still in the favorable zone that Gaurang believes in. Kiran, would you give your technical view on the likes of Asian Paints, Grasim, and even Berger Paints for that matter?
Coming to the Grasim first, looking at current market price, we are seeing that this is trading at the range breakout level. We have seen there is a big range or a rectangle pattern formed for last 3 months, and now prices is trading above that particular rectangle pattern. Looking at current market price, we are expecting price target to touch somewhere around 2300 in short time. So at current market price for Grasim, anyone can go long with the keeping a stop loss below 2180 or 2170, and we are expecting price target of 2300 in short term. Looking at paint sector, Asian Paint would be the preferred choice. Looking at current market price, the prices is trading even today. It's made a fresh low. However, we are seeing the whatever the current market price is running on, the same prices were the bottom made during last year during February and March only. So this called be a factoral analysis. Last year, same price and same month we are and we have seen bottom being made particular that time. Looking at weekly chart, prices is trading its on rising channel or a rising lower band on weekly chart also. And third thing which we are liking, why we are liking Asian Paint, that is a momentum indicator. Momentum indicator is forming a bullish divergence on daily chart. However, the confirmation is not yet came. But looking at blue chip company, the lower low would be the best price to enter particular stock. So at current market price 28.20, 28.25, we are liking Asian Paint for a longer time period. So as an investment, if anyone is looking, Asian Paint would be the stock one can add with keeping a stop loss of 2770. It would be the high risky call, but looking at risk reward ratio and factoral analysis, we are expecting price target to make bottom somewhere around 2800. So at current market price, anyone can go long, keep a stop loss of 2780, and we are expecting price target for a short term time is 2960 to 3000. So Asian Paint and Grasim both can be the choice for the for Indo paint sector.
Okay. We'll take that point and we'll take a very short break right here, viewers. And when we return, we will discuss more spaces that are buzzing, stocks that are at an all-time high, and the strategies that you need to follow. Both Gaurang and Kiran Jani with us. Stay with us, viewers.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines, and many other sectors.
Welcome back. You're watching Market Today on Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi, with me Shail Bhatnagar, and we are in conversation with our special guests for the day, Gaurang Shah and Kiran Jani, with us, who are helping us navigate through the market moves that we are looking at. A lot of stocks that are buzzing right now. We were talking about Chennai Petro earlier. Now I'm looking at MRPL, that's up by 5% odd. MMTC up 4.5%. You also have stocks like KNR Construction that's buzzing in trade. Indus Towers that's also buzzing very, very strongly in trade. These are some of the buzzing stocks. As far as stocks at fresh record highs are concerned, we already pointed out Tata Motors, took the guests' views. We also have the other Tata stock that's at a fresh high, and that is Tata Consumer Products now. Apart from this, there is also a move on a fresh high level from the defense back HAL that's also moving very, very strongly in trade. Kiran, anything that strikes you from the stocks at the fresh record high levels that you'd like to track even now?
So BDA we discussed when Shailji asked about the defense. It is also trading at all-time high criteria. On daily price chart, we are seeing yesterday there was not a healthy candle. Prices made a high of somewhere around 1984, but it again back to its open level. Now today we are seeing again prices open and low is same. So generally it's a screen reading whenever the prices has a open and low same and sustained its previous day high. Then there are very good chances the stock price will keep moving higher side. On daily chart, prices had already given a breakout from its ascending triangle pattern and retested multiple times 20 and 50 days moving average. So we are expecting a very good short-term target of towards 2000 to 2050. So BDL would be the preferred choice, which is in criteria of all-time high also. So at current market price or any dips toward 1880, 1870 would be the preferred choice to enter. Keep a stop loss, strict stop loss below 1850 and for the target of 2050.
Okay. Within this space, Sakshi, let's pay attention to Mazgaon Dock. Remember, this is the first stock that we had marked. and it's now gaining rapidly. A beautiful swing trade in the making. Kiranji, 22.15. The stocks moved after a fairly decent correction, and the volume is also decently high. Now 15 lakh shares have been traded. What is Masgaon telling you for the short term?
So if you are checking the daily chart of Mazgaon Dock, we are seeing since September month, September 2023, prices trading into the one falling channel, or we can say even a rectangle pattern. Prices has taken a multiple support at 1880, 1900 level. Now prices has a cluster support of 20 days, 50 days and 100 days moving average. It was trading into the very narrow range. Now today's price movement will consider as a breakout from that particular narrow range. Prices has given a breakout from a short-term falling channel also. So considering all this fact, we are expecting price target of 2350 or 2360 for the short-term time horizon. So at current market price, anyone can go long on Mascot Dog also. Keep a stop loss below 2150 and for the price target of 2350.
Okay, now notice this that since the time Kiranji has started speaking, additionally about 24,000 shares have been added. This is not a low ticket item at 2,200 rupees, and at 15.26 lakh shares, this is 2.3 times the 5-day average already, and we are still not at 945. So this is the price breakout that has happened, accompanied by a very strong surge in volume. This one has legs. We'll see it moving much higher because the theme across the defense space is moving up. Remember, the all-time high for Masgaon Dock is 2473. And right in the beginning today, we had pointed out that it's going to be a defense day. So Masgaon is up 5.5%. Cochin is up 5%. Garden Reach Shipbuilders is up 5%. Three shipping building stocks in the green. Then if you look deeper, Bharat Dynamics is what Kiranji prefers. It's also up. BEL is 1.5% higher, 2087. Some of them record highs and some of them moving on very strong volumes. Let me just mark another broader theme that we see as far as all-time highs are concerned. Okay, Hindustan Aeronautics has also hit an all-time high within the defense space alongside BEL. Gaurang, coming to you, any disappointments that you see improving because of price corrections in the market, especially FMCG post the third quarter?
So, Shall we had the third quarter earnings after a very erratic monsoon season. In some states, we had deficit, in some normal, in some excess. Uh, by default, the volume growth got impacted because the support from semi-urban and rural did come in, but it came in at the lower end of the products that were at the offering from the FMCG companies, and that's why you saw a little bit of squeeze, both in terms of volume, margins, and of course, the demand. Uh, India was, is, and will always remain a consumption-driven story. That's what we strongly believe in, share. Uh, Minus this third quarter erratic monsoon impact, our sense is that fourth quarter and the new fiscal should have a better situation to tell in terms of earning visibility. So we there are entire, the gamut of universe of stocks in the FMCG that we like. HUL, ITC, Tata Consumer, Godrej Consumer, Dabur, Emami, Marico, Britannia, Nestle. And my sense is that with 25% of youth being added to the population at the age of 20, 30 and 28, and that percentage increasing over a period of time, strong support should come in. And then we have improved situation as far as agri activity is also concerned. So that should support the semi-urban rural India demand into the volumes.
So, Gaurang, would you give us your view on Tata Consumer Products then from the FMCG space as well? That stock has hit a fresh high today.
In fact, that was one stock that we recommended on Monday morning as a disclosure. And my sense is that Tata Sampann is something that's very strong in terms of brand. They are adding some phenomenally interesting products in terms of new offerings on the shelf. And the name itself has got a huge credibility, Sakshi. I'm sure if any one of us goes into a Kirana store, wants to buy garam masala or something, the first preference would be Tata Sampann, and that's the kind of brand royalty that it commands.
Fair enough. Kiran, would you give us your technical view on Tata Consumer Products?
So looking at Tata Consumer Product or even a Godrej Consumer Product, both prices is trading on the at fresh breakout level. Even a consumer story is building up. So Tata Consumer, Godrej Consumer, and DMart, all these three stocks we are liking. First of all, let me comment on the Tata Consumer. So Tata Consumer is also giving a breakout from its long-term time corrections, or we can also see a price correction. Previously, January month, we have seen Tata Consumer made a high of 1190. From that, prices have retested its 50 days moving average towards 1080, and from that level now prices is trading at 1200 level. So all this showing a big rounding bottom pattern breakout on Tata Consumer. Looking at that particular pattern, we are expecting price 1500 in upcoming time. So for a longer term time period, definitely one can hold Tata Consumer. As we mentioned about the Godrej Consumer, the similar pattern we are seeing on Godrej Consumer also, ascending triangle pattern breakout. Today, we are seeing that prices is not sustaining its higher high. However, still the long-term charts is very bullish. So even a Godrej Consumer is a very good stock at current market price. Anyone can add at current market price, keep a stop loss below 1220, 1230. And for short term or even for intraday, one can go long on Godrej Consumer for the target of 1290, 1300 kind of level. So Tata Consumer for a short term and for intraday, Godrej Consumer can be done.
Okay, let's now focus on the things that we do best. Low ticket, high beta. And nothing better comes to mind than BHEL, 229.90 for you, Sakshi. And the stocks moved after a 3-day correction. So we have a nice volume uptick that's happening. 64 lakh shares have been traded, and the numbers rising very, very rapidly. Kiranji, what are the charts of BHEL telling you?
So looking at BHEL, prices is into the time-wise correction since long time. We have seen previous week prices tested is 50 days moving average and made a bullish engulfing candlesticks pattern. From that, we are seeing prices keep making a higher lows, which is a first sign that prices probably made a bottom and it is getting ready for the next fresh rally. Also, we are seeing that there is some long build-up is also happening on BHEL. So at current market price, one can go long. Keep a strict stop loss of 215, 215. And looking at current market price, we can expect to retest its previous high somewhere around 245, 260 level. So definitely anyone can go long on BHEL, keeping a stop loss of 215 for the target of 245.
Okay, Kiranji, you also analyze rollover data with great interest. What are the stocks that are moving with the rising rollovers, rising rollover cost, and good positive moves expected in the month of March?
So looking at those rollover data, as of now, we are seeing that it is taking place in Cipla, Astral, and even our saying for HL. So these three stock we are seeing that the rollover cost is also high and the significant long is also building up. So considering the fact pharma we already discussed, so Astral would be the next stock we would like to discuss based on the rollover data. You see the Astral price chart, the stock prices was into the a big time correction phase. Since June 2023, prices were not able to cross this 2030, 2040 level. Day before yesterday or 2 days before yesterday, we have seen a long bar candlesticks pattern on daily chart price with a higher volume bar also. So Astral would be the preferred choice for the March month expiry, considering the rollover data and long build up and technical setup. Looking at current market price, income can go long on Astral, keeping a stop loss below 2000, and we are expecting price target of 22.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out on that as well. Then, there's one information that I wanted to pass on as far as the primary markets is concerned. Juniper Hotels listing will be awaited 10 minutes from now, but in the pre-opening session, it's settled just flattish at 365 against the issue price of 360. So that's something that you may, tend to watch out for as well. Even in the grey market, there was an indication that it's going to be a flattish listing for this one. And here you see just a 5 rupee uptick that is being indicated in the pre-opening space. We'll watch out for the listing levels, and we will inform you as well at 10 a.m. on that front too. Kiran, apart from this, the other space that I wanted your view on is the metals pack as well. How would you really look at the metal space currently? Of course, there is news flow as far as Vedanta is concerned. Tata Steel, you've mentioned already. Anything else that strikes you from this space now?
So let's discuss Nifty metal price chart, and the whole as a metal sector we are already seeing, and we are already hearing about the Fed rate cut and the dollar index is moving, and that was the reason we have seen that metal prices trading into the lower low, lower high, I mean the falling channel pattern. Now the every news is settled in price. The price has already factored all those news. Now coming to the Nifty metal price chart, the Nifty metal price has retested its 50 days moving average with the bullish engulfing candlesticks pattern, and it started moving high top high bottom pattern. If you check a longer term time frame chart, the Nifty metal till the time is holding. We are expecting price target to touch 83, 8400 in upcoming time. So the holistically Nifty metal looks very good at current market price. The similar chart pattern is reflecting on Tata Steel also. We already discussed. So another stock which we are liking. So preference wise, Tata Steel would be the preferred choice. For the intraday point of view, you can consider Vedanta also. And again, one more stock which we are liking for the longer term time period, that is the JSW Steel. JSW Steel also last time we discussed at 800 level, it made a high of 840. Now again it's trading at 820 level. Stock price has a resistance of its 50 days moving average. However, it is trading above its 20, 100 and 200 moving days moving averages. Stock price has formed hidden bullish divergence into the neutral zone on daily chart. So considering all these facts, JSW Steel is also a very good risk reward ratio. And at current market price, anyone can go long with the keeping a stop loss below 790. And we are expecting a short term price target of 850, 860. So Tata Steel and JSW Steel for the longer term time period, definitely one can buy in metal sector.
Okay, so
Okay.
those are the two stock ideas from the metals pack, Tata Steel and JSW Steel. Yes, Shail.
Sakshi, I think we'll just take a look at the broader indices. Nothing at all is happening on the Nifty, and that's more or less in line that we've been taking over the last 2 or 3 trading sessions. A bit of a consolidating zone after last week's stunning rally, and of course ahead of the monthly expiry, which is tomorrow. So 22,206. The bulls will not let go of 22,200, and the bears will not let you go past 2300. तो ये तो कहानी है निफ्टी की. Nifty Bank 46,500 has been defended. That's very good. And from now on, let's see how the index moves. IT and the NSE 500 are also absolutely flat. There's nothing more to talk about as far as indices are concerned. Let's for a moment look at the pullers and braggers on the Nifty. Infosys is contributing 11 points. SBI Bharti Airtel 4 points, including Tata Motors 4 points. HDFC Bank 3 points in the green. What's pulling the Nifty lower? Asian Paints 5 points negative contribution. M&M lots of profit booking happening, nothing to be worried about. Maruti and Bajaj Auto also in the red, absolutely nothing to be worried about. These are mild bouts of profit booking, which should revisit counters, because that allows earlier buyers to move money into the bank and welcomes newer, stronger players into the stock. I want to see stocks that have hit record highs in the Nifty today. Tata Consumer, we've discussed this, blowout happening at 1200, 1.5% higher. Tata Motors, we've discussed this. Cipla, Dr. Reddy, Sun Pharma. It's the it's the pharma pack that is going from strength to strength, and of course Power Grid. So these are the all-time highs within the Nifty. Defense space is very strong today. 3 shipbuilders up 6% each. Mazgaon, Cochin, and Garden Reach. Record highs on Hindustan Aeronautics. And in terms of technical charts, Kiranji prefers BDL. Volume buzzers, we've discussed within the NSE 500, a couple of them. including Mazgaon, Cochin. We have a blowout happening on Tanla, and of course, old world favorites Havels, as well as another company called Delivery, 473, 0.5% higher, 26 lakh shares traded. Sakshi, what are you watching before the listing?
In fact, Havells and V-Guard both are at fresh highs also, 4% higher. So consumer durable space stocks are also moving up in trade. We discussed Tata Consumer, but both these stocks, Havells, remember there was a brokerage house's report as well, and after that the stock has been in an uptrend. So both Havells and V-Guard also are up in trade as well. Apart from this, what's also buzzing is the power space. Remember GET&D India, that's got orders worth 370 crores from Power Grid. So along with Power Grid, even GET&D India is up by 4% odd. Another stock from the power space is the Salasar Techno. That's the infra firm. That's also received an order worth 200 crores from Zetwork for supply of solar structures. So that's another stock that you need to watch out. SJVN, we've been constantly talking about this stock in the last 1 or 2 months. This stock is also commissioned a 100 megawatt solar power project in Gujarat. So that stock is also in focus. So these are some of the stocks that I'm watching out for. With that, many thanks, Kiran, for being with us on this very special edition and sharing with us your views for the day and several stock ideas that you have discussed. And we will now wind down the markets for all our viewers. Flattish now with a negative bias on the benchmark, 22,185 on the Nifty, 0.06% of a decline that's being seen there. The Nifty Bank is absolutely flat, 46,587 currently on this one as well. And when we look at the kind of sectoral moves we are seeing, of course, those defense names are buzzing in trade. So stocks like BHEL, BEL, Mazagon, Dock, Cochin Shipyard, these are the stocks that are moving up. Even capital markets related stocks, some of them are moving in trade. So stocks like CDSL, CAMS, they are in focus again in trade today. Apart from this, when we talk about the kind of moves that we are seeing on the, kind of Nifty and Sensex, the stocks that are buzzing in trade, on the downside, remember we were talking about Asian Paints and the likes of those stocks. They are declining in trade, so they're not participating. But Tech Mahindra, HUL, TCS, these are the ones that are moving up on the Nifty. You also have Bharti Airtel, Infosys, SBI. These are the other stocks that are moving up in trade. On the downside, however, you have stocks like Asian Paints, M&M, Maruti that are showing some kind of a decline in trade today. Shell, anything else that you want to point out?
Sakshi, I think we look at the broader themes today, and that is related to profit booking, especially on the realty side. Remember when we started the conversation, about 12 indices were in the green, 7 in the red. Now there are 15 indices in the red, and the number of green is depleting very rapidly. I don't think so. There is any problem within the market, and these are mild corrective bouts that happen very often. And as I have said, these are very, very necessary for new players to come in and the older guys to be happy and book out money. Also, remember, March is also very volatile because a lot of tax planning goes in to the market. So we are heading into a fairly volatile session in the month of March. A lot of selling will be seen because people will want to book losses, people will want to book profits, and that's been the state of play as far as markets are concerned over generations. So nothing to be worried about. We leave Wednesday morning in a very, very fine shape. Lots of stocks within the Tata stable, within the infrastructure stable are showing record highs, and we'll take that happily, Sakshi.
Absolutely, Shell. And with that, we will shift focus to the new listing of Juniper Hotels that will take place in just about 50 seconds from now. And just like how I pointed out in the pre-opening
We're
trade,
getting
it's
closer to it.
indicating a flattish kind of a listing. We did see, the listing, or, there was the upper end of the price band was 360 rupees, and there could be, a listing at 365 as indicated in the pre-opening levels. Remember, the subscription figures were also not impressive. The loss-making status of the company is something that has been into the negative, taken in negatively by some of the investors as well. And the 1,800 crore rupees public issue has seen a 2 times subscription. And the qualified institutional investors, they bought about 2.9 times the reserve portion.
Everybody, 10, 9,
So there
8,
you have the countdown.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Juniper Hotels Limited getting listed. A nice big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so the listing has happened, 365 as was being indicated, 1.4% of premium listings, so very, very flat with a positive kind of bias listing for Juniper Hotels right now. We will leave it at that. Many thanks, Shell, for being with us onto this special edition, and we will continue to get you all the market views through the trading session as well. So stay with us on Business Today Television. Many thanks.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates, setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe for multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors.
We all know that Honorable Prime Minister had set a target for all of us